Today is day one of this 12-week transformation. So I hope you're really motivated and inspired by the transformation that I'm going to go through as well. Remember, I'm going to be doing this with you. It's going to be hardcore, but you're going to have to grab the bull by the horns on this, because it's only a limited amount of time for you to transform your body. You've only got 12 to 14 chest workouts, 12 to 14 leg workouts. The reason I say 12 to 14 is because sometimes you're going to be training 2 days on, 1 day off. Other times you're going to be training 3 days on and 1 day off if you're feeling really good. So hence the 12 to 14 over this 12 weeks. So every single one should be at its best. So today, you should have done your cardio already. If you haven't, do it right now. You've got to do that after your breakfast. So you have your breakfast, take your pre-workout supplements, your L-carnitine, your green tea, and your Himbi. Do 20 minutes of cardio. I did 20 minutes up and down the stairs at home. I gotta do legs tonight. My legs are killing me. I forget I have asthma until I do something like this. That's really burnt my legs, but it's good. You'll get used to it. But today, we're actually going to be training legs as well, so it'll be a good warm-up. And it's going to be a killer workout. Legs is normally the hardest body part to train, and it's a great exercise to start off on. So make sure that you take your creatine, your glutamine, stay hydrated, and I'll see you at the gym. So the first exercise that we're doing today is the leg press. I did about 4 or 5 warm-up sets here. I like to do a lot of warm-up sets when I'm going heavy. So I will pyramid in weight whilst I'm doing these warm-up sets, and I'll work up to around 70% of my maximum weight before going into those working sets. So on these working sets, I make sure that I go to absolute failure on each one. So that means I'm pushing myself until I can't do one more rep, even if I wanted to, which enables the muscles to keep progressing and changing as you go through these 12 weeks. Between sets, I'll rest for around a minute, but sometimes if I'm going very heavy, I can go as far as 2 minutes. So you're just going to have to gauge yourself and how easy you can recover between these sets. I ate too close to the workout.
Yeah.
I feel sick. To all you kids at home, don't eat before you do legs. Second exercise that we have is seated hamstring curls. So I did 2 warm-up sets of around 15 repetitions. And I'm making sure as I bring my legs down in towards the body, I breathe out, and then as I bring them back up, I inhale. In between sets, always make sure that I stretch out. The hamstrings get injured very easily. The third exercise is lying hamstring curls. There's no lying hamstring curl machine here, so this is what we do instead. Yeah. I'll do 3 sets of this exercise, making sure that I go to absolute failure on each set. On this exercise, as you can see, I'm using a workout partner. They'll help me with the weights putting it in between my feet and then releasing it. So that's always a good idea. Get it, get it. Ah, shit. I cramped. Oh. I have to hold it in there. On this first set, I got cramps. This is probably because I took creatine before the workout and I didn't hydrate myself enough. So make sure that you drink plenty of water just to make sure your muscle cells are hydrated. But if you do cramp, just rest a little bit, stretch out, don't give up. Starting with 150 now to warm up with. So the first exercise for quads is going to be leg extensions. We're going to do 2 warm-up sets of around 15-20 repetitions, just get the blood flowing into the muscles, but more so to warm up the joints. So do a second warm-up now with 230. How am I going to get my head into this now?
Come on now. You want me to take you?
There's 2 working sets. Remember, we're going to absolute failure, meaning we cannot do 1 more rep even if we wanted to. I'll grab my knee wraps. We're on our last exercise. That last exercise is hack squat. I'll warm up the old knees. Make sure that your feet are at the top of the platform and you're pushing through your heels to take pressure off your knees. I'm not tired, I just can't get enough oxygen in. Well, my oxygen's in my legs or something. So again, we're doing 1 more warm-up set here. I make sure that my heels are about fist distance apart with my toes slightly pointing out to make sure that we hit the sweep, the outer portion of the quads, to give the illusion of a nice narrow waist. My back's so actually, I shouldn't say that. My back's kind of hurting, so I'm going to go high reps today. I got sore knees, I got bad knees. So they're not so bad these days, so I use it as more of a preventative measure than anything. It's just to keep the knees aligned with the toes, you know, keep them strapped nice and tight. Even though I'm not hack squatting very heavy at the moment, so I just got 3 plates each side. Sometimes we'll do 6. So these days I don't train with my ego as I used to, especially when there's nice looking women in the gym. And I find that you can get great results on legs because you have 2 different types of muscle fibers there by hitting high reps with heavy weights. Legs does require a lot of energy. It does push your body to the absolute max. It requires a lot of oxygen as well. So it is quite normal for you to feel lightheaded, feel a little bit sick, but you've just got to go through that. I'm out of breath now, feeling sick. I don't think it was the food too close to the workout now, I think it's just a workout. So we did, what did we do? We did leg press, so 1 compound exercise. Then we did 2 isolation for the hamstring, seated hamstring curl. Then a line with a dumbbell, just to really isolate the muscle of the hamstrings. And then we've done 2 isolation for the quads now. Leg extensions, and now the hack squats, and that's it for legs. Legs are done. And then 2 more meals before bed and the day is done. Everyone's staring at me in here. So you gotta lead by example and put the weights back. Stop staring at me. So sick as I feel, I always get my shakedown immediately after the workout because you have a window of opportunity where your body will absorb a lot more protein and carbohydrates straight after your workout than any other time. And that window of opportunity can close after, say, 10 or so minutes. So you got to try and get it down immediately. So in here I've got about 50 grams of protein, and then I've got about 100 grams of Vitago in here, 5 grams of creatine, 10 grams of glutamine. Have that straight after my workouts. Walk home, 20 minutes, and then probably about 20 minutes after getting home, I'll have my first meal, and then one more meal before bed. So even though it sounds like a lot of carbohydrates, you can see the workout that we just went through, it's quite intense. Your glycogen levels are really depleted, so your body's just going to suck it up, it's not going to store it as fat. So this is the way home. 20 minutes of cardio in the darkness. Hope no one jumps out from the bushes and attacks me, because my legs are too tired to run. See you tomorrow. Come back tomorrow and find out why I'm not walking home, and it's not because of today's leg workout.